Prompt 31. How can we judge when evidence is adequate? Rephrasing the question can help you think about how to address the prompt. But make sure you title your essay with the exact wording above a useful rephrasing is. How do we know when we've seen enough proof to back up what we believe? Deciding adequacy isn't just about gathering data. It's about the standards and context we apply. Let's dive in. 1. Unpack adequacy criteria. Before picking examples, clarify the dimensions by which we judge enough quantity versus quality. Do we prioritize large sample sizes and multiple studies? Methodological rigor. How were findings obtained? Double-blind trials, reproducible experiments, peer review, logical proofs, relevance and scope. Does the evidence directly address the claim? Is it representative or generalizable beyond a narrow context? Corroboration and triangulation are multiple independent lines of evidence converging on the same conclusion. Transparency and limitation. Have researchers acknowledged uncertainties, error margins? 2. Choose your adequacy objects. Select artifacts that spotlight different facets of proof. Feel free to swap in your own peer-reviewed research paper. Models, rigorous testing, replication, and scholarly scrutiny. High methodological rigor. Courtroom verdict documentation illustrates legal standards beyond a reasonable doubt versus preponderance of evidence and jury deliberation on adequacy. Historical artifact manuscript tool highlights the challenge of inferring broad historical truths from fragmentary remains. Issues of scope and relevance. Statistical chart or graph shows how sample size, confidence intervals, and data integrity affect our confidence levels. Photograph original versus manipulated raises questions of authenticity, context, and the need for source verification. Misinformation example or fake news article emphasizes the necessity of cross-checking, source credibility, and fact verification protocols. Medicine illustrates control groups, randomization, and the gold standard for testing medical intervention. Logic puzzle or deductive proof demonstrates criteria for internal consistency and completeness of reason. Eyewitness testimony, transcript points to memory's fallibility, and the need for corroborating evidence. Patent application underlines how inventors must demonstrate novelty and non-obviousness with technical evidence. Climate change data set multi-decadal records exemplifies how long-term data trends build robust justification for scientific claims. Art forgery, paired with authentic work, offers a hands-on lesson in forensic verification, expert judgment, and the limits of visual evidence. 3. Craft your commentary. Restate the prompt. What counts as enough proof to convince us? Object adequacy insight for each chosen object. Explain which adequacy criteria it exemplifies. This court docket shows how jurors must weigh the quantity and credibility of witness statements before reaching beyond reasonable doubt. Discuss trade-offs. When might we accept less than perfect evidence, e.g., urgent medical decisions? And when must we demand the highest rigor, e.g., criminal conviction? 4. Tie back to TOK. Link your discussion to the core concepts evidence. Different areas of knowledge set varying benchmarks, quantitative in the sciences. Justification, the standards we apply. Statistical significance, peer consensus. Objectivity strategies like double-blind methods. Triangulation. Reflection question. Have you ever changed your mind after encountering more evidence? How do the stakes, life, money, reputation influence our demand for evidence? Should good enough vary by context? Emergency versus academic inquiry. Or always aim for uniform rigor? Now it's your turn. Select the objects that best illustrate how we decide what counts as adequate evidence, and craft your essay around how each meets or challenges the standards you've outlined.